You can love him or hate him, but you can't ignore him. Donald Trump is one of the most talked about names on the planet. In this story, you'll understand how a wealthy kid from Queens became a real estate tycoon, a television celebrity, and, against all odds, the President of the United States. But more than that, you'll discover what Trump can teach about personal branding, boldness, and how to turn the game around even when everything seems lost. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York. Son of Fred Trump, a successful real estate businessman, Donald grew up in upper-class comfort but was raised with strict discipline. His father demanded excellence and discipline, which led Donald, still a teenager, to be enrolled in the New York Military Academy. There, he began to develop his extreme competitiveness and taste for command. From a young age, Trump showed ambition. After graduating from the University of Pennsylvania, where he studied economics, he decided to work with his father, but his plan was to go far beyond the suburbs of Queens. He wanted Manhattan, and that's where his name began to gain prominence. The big turning point came in the 1970s with the revitalization of the Grand Hyatt Hotel. Trump negotiated with banks, City Hall, and private companies. The project was a success, and the press began to see him as a new business genius. This was the beginning of the Trump era. Soon came the Trump Tower in New York and various other luxury ventures. But Trump didn't just want to be rich. He wanted to be known. His signature became a status symbol. Everything bore his name: buildings, casinos, golf courses, bottled water, and even universities. The Trump brand became larger than the businesses themselves, even in areas where he failed, like Trump Airlines or Trump University. He knew how to keep the focus on his image. And it was precisely this skill that helped him overcome even the biggest crises. In the 1990s, Trump faced a storm. Giant debts, casino bankruptcies, and negative headlines threatened his empire. But even so, he continued to appear in magazines, TV shows, and society columns. Instead of disappearing, he used the crises as fuel to reinvent himself. In 2004, he created the reality show The Apprentice, which became a ratings phenomenon. With his catchphrase, "You're fired," Trump cemented himself as a pop culture icon. For over a decade, Trump shined on TV. The show brought him millions and reignited his power of influence. But he wanted more. And in politics, he saw the opportunity to reach his biggest stage yet. For years, he flirted with the idea of running, but it was in 2015 that he officially launched his presidential campaign. No one took it seriously. He was seen as a joke, a media figure without political preparation. But Trump understood something others didn't: how to speak directly to the masses. With fiery nationalist speeches full of sound bites, he made headlines every day. His controversial proposals, like building a wall on the Mexican border, attracted millions of supporters and just as many critics. But Trump knew how to turn controversy into audience. With an authentic campaign full of attacks on the political elite and the mainstream media, he won the Republican primaries and, in 2016, defeated Hillary Clinton in the presidential race. Trump's victory was a global shock. He had defied the traditional logic of politics. During his term, he promoted tax reforms, toughened immigration policies, strengthened the America First rhetoric, and appointed conservative judges to the Supreme Court. At the same time, he faced harsh criticism for his behavior, statements, and the controversies surrounding his administration, including 2 impeachment trials. In 2020, he lost re-election to Joe Biden, but did not accept the result. He denounced election fraud, encouraged protests, and saw his base storm the Capitol on January 6, 2021, in one of the most tense episodes in recent U.S. history. After leaving office, he was banned from several social networks, faced legal investigations, and lost space in mainstream media. But as always, Trump returned. He founded his own social network, Truth Social, maintained influence in the Republican Party, and announced his pre-candidacy for 2024. Even involved in lawsuits, he remains a central figure in American politics. His rallies are still packed, and his name continues to dominate national discussions. Trump's legacy is complex. He divided public opinion, changed the tone of political debate, and redefined the media's role in politics. But one thing is certain, he mastered the art of staying relevant like few others. He made mistakes, faced defeats, but never disappeared. And what can we learn from all this? That confidence is a powerful weapon. That image, when well built, can be worth more than immediate results. That direct communication is more effective than polished speeches. And above all, that you should never underestimate someone who has the courage to be different. Donald Trump is undoubtedly one of the most fascinating figures of our time. His story is full of ups and downs, but his presence is never unnoticed. He is living proof that in the game of power, it's not enough to play, you have to master the board. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share it with someone who also loves great stories, and subscribe to the Map to Millions channel so you don't miss our next success biographies. Here, the journeys of the world's greatest names never go unnoticed.